welcome to What's Working in Video. I am Kathleen Selmans. I'm the host of this show and the CEO and co-founder of Amplified Now, a video content marketing agency that focuses on helping people get content done and then get out of their own way of the content production. Here with me, I have Diana. Diana, can you introduce yourself and your company?
Yeah, sure. Hi, guys. I am a makeup mentor and the founder of Hello Easy Makeup, and I'm all about making makeup easy so I can help female entrepreneurs uncover their most confident selves, build their business, build their confidence, and have a makeup look that matches their brand.
Okay, I want to get into that. A makeup look that matches their brand. What does that mean?
So what I mean by that is because video is so popular and for small business owners, for solopreneurs, we're doing so much video and even photos of ourselves. It's really important that our makeup supports and even elevates our brand. So what I mean by that is if you tell me that your brand is calm and then you show up with a big, bold makeup look, the psychology of that really doesn't work. The person will be very confused who's watching you. So you want to make sure that your makeup is matching the feeling you want to create with your brand, because ultimately a lot of people are seeing our faces more than they're seeing our logos, our websites, our brand colors. So it's really important that we're presenting our makeup in a way that builds our brand.
That is a good point. Would you recommend someone who maybe isn't sure what they should look like? Would you recommend them starting with their makeup or starting with their brand? Or how do you, where do you start when there's a disconnect?
Yeah, so you want to have an idea of what your brand feeling is before you come to me. I'm not a business coach, so I don't want to get through that. It's really I want you to know what your brand feeling is. Who's your dream client? If you don't have brand colors yet, we can sort of work with those two things. But the best situation is you have all of that figured out. You know who your dream client is. You know what you're selling. You know what your brand colors are. You know what the feeling you want to create for your audience is. And then we're creating a makeup look that's going to back that up, a makeup look that's going to continue to build that.
Cool. So if somebody is naturally, let's say an edgy makeup wearer, and they come to you with I don't know, the brand aesthetics of Apple, are you going to say okay, there's a disconnect here. You've got all this white space on your website and you come in, off a Mac runway or something like that.
Yeah.
Different kind of Mac.
Yeah. What I find is interesting is most of the time a person's brand vibe matches their personality and already somewhat usually I'm stepping up their makeup rather than stepping it back down. But for someone who's edgier but has a cleaner looking vibe, there's ways to work in the edginess so that it still feels like them, but it's not over the top to a point where it doesn't feel like their brand. And that's one of the things that's really important to me. How do we mesh your personal style with your brand so that you show up in a way where you're confident as well? Because if I'm someone who loves edgy and that makes me feel confident, then I also need to have a piece of that in my makeup so that when I show up, I am my most confident self.
My mom had a red blazer she wore on negotiation days and when she was doing hard things. What would you say is a power makeup thing? Because you just said that with the edgy person who might need that thing. What would you say are examples of those?
Yeah, so it totally depends on the person and the brand, but what I talk about creating is what I call a statement piece. So generally, this is going to focus on either the eyes or the lips. And it's something that is very unique to you, something that you wear anytime you're in front of your audience, so they start to associate it with you. So for someone, it might be a big red lip. For someone else, it might be a teal liner. For someone else, it might be a pink halo eye. So it really is dependent on the brand, but you want it to be something that is unique enough that people start to associate it with who you are.
How much of our confidence issues is solved by a consultation with you?
Yeah. So I mean, obviously I'm a little biased, but I would say a ton. I think what happens, so if I can tell a little bit of my own story, After I had my kids, I really struggled with insecurity. All of a sudden, like I had gained weight, my skin was different. Like for my mamas, you understand how much like everything gets rocked. And I kind of fell into the makeup world and started learning it. And that's really where I started to get passionate about this. But what was really incredible about it is that when I started learning the basics of great makeup, that outer confidence transformed into inner confidence. And I find that a lot of times people just need something to kind of get them down that path. They need that tipping point to say, like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing about how I look on the outside. And so now I'm ready to do more inner work as well.
I love that. I really agree with that. For me, I was a sporadic makeup wearer until I got pregnant the first time and did not feel feminine at all, which is so counter to what, like, there's hardly anything more feminine than like growing a child. But I became a daily makeup wearer when I was pregnant. And then you're right, it does. It helps with confidence. And then it's like, okay, well, you don't panic. You don't freeze up when somebody's like, hey, can we jump on a video call? Because you got ready already, you know, it's instead of it being like, no, I'm not with this. And, you know, I think that's really a good point with, you know, painting on some confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you can help people who don't feel comfortable getting on camera, getting more comfortable on camera. How does somebody work with you? What does that process look like?
Yeah. So once you come in and you're ready for your signature makeup look, what I do is I get to know you and your brand, your personal style. As I mentioned, those things are really important. I get to know how much time you want to spend on your makeup. So maybe it's like 10 minutes or less on a regular day, but like if I have a big video I need to do or I'm doing a guest interview, I'm going to spend 20 to 30 minutes, right? And so I come up with a few custom looks that bring all of that into play. And each of those custom looks is going to have what I call that statement piece. And that's where also you get a really powerful marketing tool, as I mentioned, because when you choose a statement piece and you wear it consistently, then people start to think of that as you. So for example, I have pink hair. I've had pink hair for most of my brand, and that's something that people associate with me. They'll see it out and about and they think of me. They'll message me and say, what do? I want this color hair. And so things like that, where it's bold enough and unique enough that people notice it, are really important. So I create 3 looks. I send them over to you. You choose the one that's the best fit for you. And then what we do is we go through your makeup collection and see how much of it we can make work with that look. My goal is not to sell you makeup. I don't make money on makeup, and I also don't want it to cost you more than it needs to. So we work everything that can work. Anything that you don't have that you need, I send shopping links for, because I do tons of research, and those shopping links can be based on whatever's important to you. You can tell me a budget and we can stick within that. Some ladies like clean beauty. It really is about what you need as a person. And then we go ahead and do a makeup lesson. So that is one-on-one on video. I go through a step, you go through a step, because I don't know about you, but like when we go to the department store and someone does our makeup and we feel amazing and we buy all that makeup and we leave, and the next day we're like, I had no clue what she did. Like they may have even told you what they did, but you have to physically do something for you to be able to repeat it. So then you're going to leave that call and you are going to feel confident that you can effortlessly recreate that look for any time you're going to be in front of your audience. And the other thing that's really important to me is I have you create what's called a bare minimum and a yes gorgeous look. And that bare minimum is your statement piece and any areas that you consider problem areas. And then your yes gorgeous look is like a full face of makeup that matches your brand. So we really make it customizable so that you have some flexibility as well with your time.
Cool. That is really cool. What a useful service that is. Where can people find you? Where, if people want to know more, we'll link to the...
Yeah. So my website is helloeasymakeup.com, or I also have a Facebook group where I share tons of free tips and tutorials. That's just facebook.com/group/helloeasymakeup. I also have an amazing masterclass right now, which maybe you guys can include a link to, which is 3 easy steps to make up that boost your sales. And I'm offering that for free right now. It's amazing and will get you started on how you can create a look that is a powerful marketing tool for you.
That is really cool. We'll definitely link to that as well. Thank you so much, Diana.
Yeah, thank you.